I'm confused about. Like, after that, dunzo, radio silence, nothing. I texted her the next morning, nothing. And truthfully, I still can't figure out what it is. Like, did I embarrass her? But what the hell happened? Do her friends not like me? I just don't get it.
Yeah, that does feel weird.
So, yeah, and I thought, okay, it didn't work out. It's not meant to be. So hopefully I thought I would have moved on from it, but I just can't. I'm still thinking about it, and I feel like...
Over a month, and you're still thinking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever she was giving you radio silence, though, did you think about, like, oh, let me just try texting, like, hey, what's up?
Well, I did, but that's what I'm saying. She didn't respond to me. Like, she ghosted me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do you think it's you blurting out the thing at the board game that's the reason she's ghosting you?
I mean, I think that's a dumb reason to ghost someone, but sure, that's the only situation I have that came to mind that could be a reason.
Do they take games really serious? Like, did it feel like high competitive level?
Not even, because like her friends were laughing. It was just her. She just looked bugged out of nowhere, and I don't understand what the hell it was. Yeah, so I guess it was that, but that's weird.
All right, well, we'll see what it is. We'll play a song, come back, and then call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting you and maybe get you a second date, okay?
All right. Good luck.
We'll get your first date follow-up next.
On the podcast Health Stuff, we are tackling all the health questions that keep you up at night.
Yes, I'm Dr. Priyanka Wali, a double board certified physician.
And I'm Hari Kondabolu, a comedian and someone who once Googled, do I have scurvy at 3 a.m.?
On Health Stuff, we're talking about health in a different way.
It's not only about what we can do to improve our health,
but also what our health says about us and the way we're living.
Like our episode where we look at diabetes.
In the United States, 50% of Americans are pre-diabetic.
How preventable is type 2?
Extremely. Or our in-depth analysis of how incredible mangoes are.
Oh, it's hard to explain to the rest of the world that your mangoes are fine because mangoes are incredible, but you don't even know.
You don't know. You don't know. It's going to be a fun ride, so tune in.
Listen to Health Stuff on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Robert Smith, and this is Jacob Goldstein, and we used to host a show called Planet Money.
And now we're back making this new podcast called Business History, about the best ideas and people and businesses in history.
And some of the worst people, horrible ideas, and destructive companies in the history of business. Having a genius idea without a need for it is nothing. It's like not having it at all.
It's a very simple, elegant lesson. Make something people want. First episode, how Southwest Airlines used cheap seats and free whiskey to fight its way into the airline business.
The most Texas story ever.
There's a lot of mavericks in that story. We're going to have mavericks on the show. We're going to have plenty of robber barons.
So many robber barons. And you know what? They're not all bad.
And we'll talk about some of the classic great moments of famous business geniuses, along with some of the darker moments that often get overlooked, like Thomas Edison and the electric chair. Listen to Business History on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
What do you get when you mix 1950s Hollywood, a Cuban musician with a dream, and one of the most iconic sitcoms of all time? You get Desi Arnaz, a trailblazer, a businessman, a husband, and maybe most importantly, the first Latino to break primetime wide open. I'm Wilmer Valderrama, and yes, I grew up watching him, probably just like you and millions of others. But for me, I saw myself in his story.
From cleaning canary cages to this night here in New York, it's a long ways.
On the podcast starring Desi Arnaz and Wilmer Valderrama, I'll take you on a journey to Desi's life, the moments it has overlapped with mine, how he redefined American television, and what that meant for all of us watching from the sidelines, waiting for a face like ours on screen. This is the story of how one man's spotlight lit the path for so many others, and how we carry his legacy today. Listen to Starring Desi Arnaz and Wilmer Valderrama as part of the My Cultura Podcast Network, available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Right in the middle of your first date follow-up, if you're just joining us, Trevor is on the phone and he's getting ghosted by Ella. So in a second, we're going to call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting him and maybe get him a second date. But before we do that, Trevor, why don't you refresh our memory about your date real quick?
Yeah, pretty much. I'll keep it real simple. I went out on this date with this girl called Ella. I really liked her. I went out to her house. I went to her house. We had a nice little game night with her friends, cozy, the snacks and stuff. And I kind of maybe f***ed up. I blurted out a couple of answers I shouldn't have blurted out and maybe spoiled half of the game. But hey, everybody else was laughing. She's the only one who seemed bothered by it. And that's it. I texted her the next morning, haven't heard from her, ghosted, and I want to really try to reach out to her again.
And it's been over a month. All right. You ready for us to call her?
Go for it.
Okay, here we go.
Hello.
Hi, may I speak to Ella, please?
This is she.
Hey, Ella, how are you? This is a radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
Hi, Ella. I'm Nina. Hi, I'm Victoria.
And my name's Jubal. What's up?
Hi. I'm good. This is cool. What's going on?
Do you listen to the show?
I do, yeah.
Sweet. Thank you. Have you ever heard of first date follow-up before?
Yes.
Great.
Ooh.
Sweet. How excited would you be to know if I was calling you because of that?
I would be a little nervous.
You know, that's the segment where if you go on a date with somebody and you end up ghosting them, they can email us to get you on the phone and ask why you're ghosting them. And we got an email about you, Ella.
From who?
You want to take a guess?
Okay, I don't know that I ghosted anyone recently.
Have you gone on a date with anybody and just like didn't talk to him again?
I mean, yes, I've definitely done that, but the last date I went on was Josh, but I think that was like a mutual ghost.
Okay, you guys both ghosted each other. It's not Josh, and it has been a while since this date.
Any other
Think
guesses?
back to like over a month ago.
Over a month ago.
Game night.
Oh my gosh, this is for Trevor.
Yes, it is. Trevor emailed us, told us all about your date, said he really liked you. He's been thinking about you for over a month, and you ghosted him, and he wants to know why. Would you mind telling us?
Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. Okay, yeah, I will tell you about it.
Okay.
It was really weird, honestly. We were at this game night, right? It's my friend's house, and he keeps referring to my friend's dog, and he's like, hey, little dude. He says it like 50 times, little dude. It's not a dog.
What is it?
It's a ferret.
And you thought it was a dog?
Okay.
Those are so cute.
I know, they are so cute, but they're very different than dogs, and he was treating it like a dog. He was like petting it and saying like, oh, what a cute little puppy.
You thought that ferret was a dog?
Yes.
Did you correct him?
I don't know that I necessarily was like, it's a ferret. I feel like it was like self-explanatory. It's one thing to like, oh, he's calling the ferret a dog, ha ha ha. But he was trying to feed it. And ferrets have really sensitive tummies. And I felt like I was being like really clear, like, hey, don't feed it. And he just kept coming back to me like, he's such a cute little dude. He needs to eat. Like, it was so odd, too. Like, why was he doing this puppy voice all night? It's like one thing, like, when you first see the animal, but all night. And, like, my friends are watching the whole thing, and it was just so embarrassing.
Okay, so the ferret that he thought was a dog is the reason that you ghosted him.
Yes. My friend even pulled me aside and was like, hey, can you get this guy to stop? And I asked him, and he was just, he's so cute.
Yeah.
Puts me in an awkward position. And so I was like, I don't want to go out with someone who doesn't have any social cues. Honestly, like, can't recognize a ferret from a dog. Like, I don't.
All right. Well, thank you for telling us why you're ghosting him.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I don't know if you forgot or not, but Trevor is on the phone listening and wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I definitely forgot.
Okay, Ella,
Yes?
that is absolutely ridiculous. It has fur. I could have sworn. I thought it was a dog. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
It was a ferret. It's like a pool noodle with teeth. I don't understand.
And so you just don't want to see me anymore because of that? I mean, Ella, look, I was enjoying my time. If it bothered you so much, why didn't you just tell me that it was a ferret?
I just assumed you wouldn't know. I didn't want to make you feel stupid.
Well, you're making me feel stupid now.
Well, I'm the one who called into a radio show about a dog ferret.
I called about you because I miss you and I had a good time with you and I want to see you again.
Trevor, we went on one date.
And we can go on a second date. If you get over this whole dog ferret thing, look, I can work on it. It takes a second for me to go to a dog park and work on my dog spotting capabilities.
What, you're going to bring flashcards to the dog park?
If that's what it takes to get a second Ella date, I'm in.
That's very sweet, but why would I want to go out with someone who doesn't know what a dog and a ferret is?
Well, because he knows now, like, lesson learned. It's not going to happen again. Ferrets are ferrets, dogs are dogs. Like, I get it now.
Trevor, I don't want to have to be your teacher. You should have learned that in 5th grade.
Well, you're my teacher anyways because you're teaching me now and I learned. Better late than never, right?
Trevor, you're hot, but maybe you need a little more life experience before you can try to bond with another species.
Ella, would you like another date with Trevor? We'll pay for it.
Not yet.
Ella, they just offered a free date. If you don't want to go, I'll go off with the ferret, but I need that. I want a free date.
Oh, so you only want it because it's free?
No, I don't want it because it's free. I mean, yeah, of course, that too, but it's because it's with you. Man, you guys are, between you and your ferret, I don't know, it's kind of hard to please you guys, and why am I liking it? Why am I turned on right now?
Wow.
Ella, did you see what you just did? You just cracked a laugh. People who don't like people don't do that. I don't laugh when I don't like someone in front of me.
I was just laughing because it was ridiculous what you said.
See, when you said that, you were smiling. I can hear it. I just saw you, and you're smiling right now. I see you. Come on, Ella. One more date. I promise you no animal species will be mixed up.
What do you think, Ella?
As long as we don't go to a zoo, I'm in.
Really?
Wow.
Okay. Well, Trevor, congratulations. You got another date.
There you go. Persistence pays off.
Thank you, guys. Ella, I'll be seeing you soon and not at the zoo.
See you soon.
Jubal's first date follow-up.
Hey there, Dr. Jesse Mills here. I'm the director of the men's clinic at UCLA, and I want to tell you about my new podcast called The Mailroom.
And I'm Jordan, the show's producer. And like most guys, I haven't been to the doctor in way too long. I'll be asking the questions we probably should be asking, but aren't.
Every week, we're breaking down the world of men's health, from testosterone and fitness to diets and fertility. We'll talk science without the jargon and get you real answers to the stuff you actually wonder about. So check out The Mailroom on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your favorite shows.
On an all-new episode of iHeartRadio's Las Culturistas, Emmy, Golden Globe, and Tony Award winner Sarah Paulson spills on red carpet hacks.
We saw these pictures and we were like, what is the story with this?
She gets real about the inspiration behind her roles.
Oh, no, there is no end to how people will behave.
And she puts hosts Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang on notice.
I don't think so, honey. I feel very, very triggered by this.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Las Culturistas, and listen to the full podcast now.
What up, y'all? It's your boy, Kev on Stage. I want to tell you about my new podcast called Not My Best Moment, where I talk to artists, athletes, entertainers, creators, friends, people I admire who've had massive success about their massive failures. What did they mess up on? What is their heartbreak? And what did they learn from it?
I got judged horribly. The judges were like, you're trash. I don't know how you got on the show.
Check out Not My Best Moment with me, Kev on Stage, on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.
On this week's episode of The Next Chapter, I, D.D. Jakes, get to sit down with Oprah Winfrey, a media mogul, philanthropist, and global trailblazer.
I could feel inside myself at 4 or 5 years old, looking through the screen on the back porch, that this is not going to be my life.
Listen to Next Chapter on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your...
Sarah is on the phone today for a first date follow-up, and she's getting ghosted by a guy named Theo. So in a few minutes, we'll call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting her and maybe get her a second date. But first, Amira, how long has it been since you heard from Theo?
It's been about a week and a half since our first date.
How did you guys leave it after the date?
Well, I thought we would see each other again for sure because it was such an amazing date, but he hasn't, I tried texting him after the date and I didn't hear anything. I was like, oh, people get busy. But I still haven't heard anything. So I don't know.
Okay, well, why don't you tell us about the date and let's see if we can find some holes.
Okay, so we met up and we went to go to this like really cute like honey tasting. It was a sunset, it was the skyline. Yeah, it was a picnic, like sunset picnic with a honey tasting, and
that's cool. I've never heard of that before.
I know, it was so cute and fun, and he's also the reason. Like he suggested it because he's an urban beekeeper.
Oh,
which I thought that was cool.
So he's pretty hipstery then.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, for sure. But also like rugged. He's outdoorsy, and he's like, you know, a gentle poet type. He was like quoting Rumi while drizzling honey into my tea. It was like very cute. Oh
my gosh, that's my favorite poet.
Rumi?
Yeah, he's a Persian poet.
He's amazing. And we met in person. We didn't meet online. We met at like a weekend pop-up market. And anyway, the date, super romantic, very like indie rom-com vibes. There was one point where like a bee landed on my nose, and I sneezed mid-laugh, and which like sprayed honey across the blanket and onto the honeycombs. And like he nervously laughed. So I thought, okay, maybe I've recovered this. But then I also knocked over a jar of lavender honey onto his shoes. And but that's the only weird thing that happened. Everything else was great. We had amazing banter, constant laughs, just great vibes. That was the only like weird mishap.
He's probably still trying to get honey off him, because once you get honey, it like multiplies and gets sticky everywhere.
It does get sticky. It was sticky. And then you sneezed on the honeycomb?
Well, my sneeze like sprayed honey kind of like on the blanket and onto the honeycomb. So just kind of a weird, like uncomfortable-ish moment for just a moment. But that's the only thing I can think of that like kind of went awry. Everything else was really romantic and cute, but I'm thinking maybe he thought I was like clumsy or unhygienic with my sneeze. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of that like went south. Everything was so romantic and cute.
Well, maybe if he's an urban beekeeper, he really like honey is his thing, right? So maybe he did take that a little bit seriously. I don't know. I would hope not.
Yeah.
Did you guys kiss or anything?
Well, we didn't kiss, but like it was a very like romantic, intimate date. Like at the end, like we cleaned up, we watched the skyline, we shared like a very like spark-filled moment. Like it felt like a movie ending. Like it was really romantic, and it sort of felt like, oh, this is something we're going to take our time with. So that's kind of why it felt like it didn't go the physical route. Which
sure.
Even more romantic, you know?
Yeah.
Did he say anything about going out again?
It was sort of insinuated. It was like, you know, we kind of left it as like, you know, love to see you again. And I just figured like that it would flow and continue to flow. Like I thought when I didn't hear from him, I'm like, oh, he's busy, so I'll reach out and leave a little text. But then when I'm not hearing, I'm like, okay, this is obviously, there's a reason he's not messaging back. And I'm just so confused because I just thought it went really great.
All right. Yeah. Well, we'll play a song, come back, and then call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting you and maybe get you a second date, okay?
Thank you.
All right. We'll get your first date follow-up next.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders, who is 84 years old, has spent 34 years in Congress, and he can still pack a rally with people a quarter of his age.
Denver, 34,000 people come out. Salt Lake City, 20,000 people. Huge turnouts. People are really dissatisfied about the status quo.
His Fighting Oligarchy tour with AOC and other young progressives has become a movement. But is his message too far to the left? Well, he certainly doesn't think so.
Does that sound like a radical idea, Katie? Is that too far left for you?
Okay, wait. I get your point, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown, not to mention the current state of the Democratic Party.
To me, the failure of the Democratic Party has been an unwillingness to recognize the real issues.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Next Question with Katie Couric, and listen now.
She said, Johnny, the kids didn't come home last night.
Along the central Texas plains, teens are dying. Suicides that don't make sense. Strange accidents. and brutal murders in what seems to be a plot ripped straight out of Breaking Bad.
Drugs, alcohol, trafficking of people.
There are people out there that absolutely know what happened.
Listen to Paper Ghosts, the Texas Teen Murders, on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
What do you get when you mix 1950s Hollywood, a Cuban musician with a dream, and one of the most iconic sitcoms of all time? You get Desi Arnaz, a trailblazer, a businessman, a husband, and maybe most importantly, the first Latino to break primetime wide open. I'm Wilmer Valderrama, and yes, I grew up watching him, probably just like you and millions of others. But for me, I saw myself in his story.
From cleaning canary cages to this night here in New York, it's a long ways.
On the podcast starring Desi Arnaz and Wilmer Valderrama, I'll take you on a journey to Desi's life, the moments it has overlapped with mine, how he redefined American television, and what that meant for all of us watching from the sidelines, waiting for a face like ours on screen. This is the story of how one man's spotlight lit the path for so many others, and how we carry his legacy today. Listen to Starring Desi Arnaz and Wilmer Valderrama as part of the My Cultura Podcast Network, available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Right in the middle of your first date follow-up, if you're just joining us, Amira is on the phone and she's getting ghosted by a guy named Theo. So in a second, we're going to call him and see if he'll tell us why he's ghosting her and maybe get her a second date. But first, Amira, why don't you break down your situation for us again real quick?
Yeah, I went on an amazing date with this urban beekeeper, rugged poet, outdoorsman, really cute. We had an amazing date. Everything was wonderful. The only thing I can think of on this cute, honey tasting date was that I did sneeze at one point, like mid-laugh, and I sprayed honey and kind of got honey on his shoes. It was like a whole thing. But aside from that, the date went so great, but it's been complete silence since.
All right. Well, are you ready for us to call him?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Theo, please?
Yes.
Hey, Theo, how are you? This is a radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
Hi, Theo. I'm Nina.
Hi, I'm Victoria.
And my name's Jubal. What's up?
Oh, hi. Hi.
Hi.
How's it going? Have you ever listened to the show before?
Yeah, once or twice.
Once or twice? Great. Well, guess what?
Is this the thing with the date and the is this the thing?
Hey.
Yes, it is. It's first date follow-up. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and you end up ghosting them, that person can email us to get you on the phone and ask why you're ghosting them. Do you know who would email us about you?
Oh, man. Okay. This is awkward. There's this girl, Amira, that I went on a date with recently.
Yes. That's who emailed us. And she says she really liked your date and thought you guys really hit it off, but doesn't know why you're ghosting her. Would you mind telling us?
I mean, look, she was like a great person and all. And I feel like the date went well, but like, I don't know. Like she talked a lot about her job, and she says she works like 70 hours a week, and she checks her emails a lot, like at midnight, like pretty much like 24/7. And like, I don't know. It felt like she was just like really, really into her job. And
is that a bad thing?
I mean, I don't know. You know, I dated a girl that was like that, and it's just like I wasn't into it. Like it just wasn't my thing, and like nothing against her. It's just, you know, I prefer not to deal with that.
So did that girl that you saw before just not have enough time for you, or was it just the email checking that was bothering you?
Well, it was kind of everything, like a culmination of everything between the emails. Like it was like she always had her phone on her, and it was like glued to her like pocket, and she was always checking it, and she always had little reminders and stuff. I was like really, really obsessive and like a whole thing, and like I don't know, I just felt like that whole thing really interfered with like me getting to just connect with her, because it was always like the job was always first and I was like second.
It's basically just because she works a lot.
No, look, I just would prefer someone to give me their undivided attention. Like I get work's important and all, and like whatever, puts food on the table and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But you know, just turn off your phone. You're on a date. Like just the person in front of you should be the most important thing, not the phone.
Okay. So you're all about being in the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for telling us. Now I'll let you know that Amira is on the phone listening and wants to talk to you.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Seriously, work ethic is the deal breaker here?
Yeah, I mean, you heard all the stuff I said. I mean, I think I made a pretty good case. You know, like I just saying.
I mean, I love what I do. It's a passion, but it's not a prison. Like, I'm single, I have the time, and when things get serious, I can build in boundaries. Like, I can schedule date nights and vacations and more spontaneous rooftop bee parties, whatever. Like, I run my life. Right now I'm single, though, so I run it in a particular way.
I mean, that's a good point. You can't give somebody your undivided attention until they earn it.
I mean, that's fair, but it's kind of more like a boss with like a Google Calendar and like a bodyguard and like, like set appointments. And, I don't know. And then you showed me your schedule. That's a really packed schedule. And I don't know how you fit so many things in one day.
You're just scared of a woman with ambition.
Scared? No. It's like cautiously allergic. Like I need to take a Zyrtec and then like I'm good. Like, that's it.
What?
I'm not just ambitious. I'm hot and I'm not broke. That's basically the dating jackpot. Like, I don't understand what's wrong with this.
Okay, Amira. Hot and not broke.
All right, facts. All right, so super hot, not broke. I'm just a dude that's like really in touch with nature, and I'm not on my phone all the time. I don't really rely on technology. It's just me and trees and bees and honey, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, but don't you think that opposites attract? Like, I am not going to be on my phone 24/7 when we're on dates together. Like, work is important to me, but I can make time for my person if I'm dating someone.
But it's like, I don't know, you're going to introduce your urban beekeeper boyfriend to all your corporate, like, dudes at your event. Like, oh, here's my boyfriend. He takes care of bees. Like, I don't know. That just doesn't really go together.
I think that's crazy. I think it's really interesting what you do. I don't know anyone else who does that. I think other people would be interested and have questions, too. It's not like you're doing something like OnlyFans or something. You're doing an interesting job.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird, It's like, I don't know. Beekeeping, it would be like a novelty to you, and it'd be like, oh, how cute, he takes care of bees, he's a beekeeper, oh, like, I don't know, like, I don't know how I feel about that. That makes me really uncomfortable, and I don't own a lot of suits and ties, so that would also be a problem, and,
Like, you're making up this whole story that doesn't even exist.
I mean, like, no, look, okay, maybe I'm, like, over-anticipating this, but I don't know, I just...
Well, Theo, would you like another date with Amira? We'll pay for it.
Yeah, sure.
You will?
Why not? Okay, I guess I overreacted, but can we just do this again? Can we just press the reset button and do this again?
Yeah, I mean, I'm open to that. I just don't want you projecting other things onto me. Like, I never told you have to wear a suit. I never I'm not going to... I think you're just projecting from past experiences onto me, and I just hope you look at me with fresh eyes when we go on this second date, and let's just see where it goes.
Also, Theo, be proud of yourself, man. Urban beekeepers are dope.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I wish more people would think that. But
great, Amira, you got another date. Congratulations.
Hey. Thank you.
Today for our first date follow-up, and he's getting ghosted by a girl named Serena. So in a few minutes, we're going to call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting her and maybe get him another date. But first, Andy, how long has it been since you heard from Serena?
It's been 2 weeks.
Have you been counting?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
That's so frustrating. Yeah. Have you reached out to her?
Yeah, I've reached out. I've sent her some texts and stuff, but yeah, I haven't heard anything back.
Why don't you go back and tell us about the date? How did you meet her?
So we met on Bumble, and we spent a few weeks talking and FaceTiming before we actually met up the first time. Okay. So it's I feel like we got to know each other a little bit. We eventually planned to meet at a cafe that we both are into, and we were going to do a bike ride and drinks later and stuff, and I was really excited to meet her in person, but she never ended up being able to show up.
Oh, so did you not actually have the date?
No, actually, because about 20 minutes before, I was, I'd been sitting waiting at the coffee shop, and she sent me a text that her dog was sick, eating something, got sick, so she needed to take him to the vet, and it never ended up happening. And I was really excited. Like I ended up wearing a T-shirt, these plaid shorts, and sneakers that she's kind of like telling me to wear beforehand so that she could find me. But I was happy.
You were happy. So she told you what to wear. You guys planned this whole date, and then so her dog got sick. Did she ever give you an update on her dog? Like, what happened with that? After that,
I honestly haven't really heard. So that's where, I'm trying to figure it out.
So how did you respond to that text?
Sorry. Yeah. No, when she sent me that, that's okay. So I responded, like, I just kind of said bummer. And I said, hope your dog is okay. Cause I was really sad at the time, but I don't know. I've looked back and I've read that text a million times, and I feel like maybe I wasn't a little cold.
Would she have expected you to say more?
Maybe I should offer to go with her.
So has anything happened then between that text message and maybe all those FaceTimes? Like if you're talking for the past couple of weeks, you kind of start to build. What is it about her that makes you want to see her again? Like if this girl just disappears, like, don't you kind of feel like screw you then?
Yeah, I mean, I think she's, first of all, beautiful. And I felt like our personalities kind of balanced each other out. And she seems like she knows once, and I'm happy to give that to her. So.
Okay.
And so she just ghosted you basically for the date. Like she didn't show up, and then hasn't responded to you since, saying that she couldn't make it because her dog was sick.
Right. And again, like, I don't know if I just responded wrong at the time. It wasn't, nice enough, but hopefully we can get it worked out.
I mean, what if like something really bad happened to her dog?
That's also a concern of mine too.
Yeah. I don't know, would I be mad at a bummer? Like if somebody responds bummer if your dog's sick, I mean, maybe I would have been like, okay.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe that's it. She's like, bummer is more than a bummer.
Seriously? Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
All right, Andy. Well, we'll try to figure it out. We'll play a song and then come back and call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting you and maybe get you another date, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, we'll get your first date follow-up next.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders, who is 84 years old, has spent 34 years in Congress, and he can still pack a rally with people a quarter of his age.
Denver, 34,000 people come out. Salt Lake City, 20,000 people out. Huge turnouts. People are really dissatisfied about the status quo.
His Fighting Oligarchy tour with AOC and other young progressives has become a movement. But is his message too far to the left? Well, he certainly doesn't think so.
Does that sound like a radical idea, Katie? Is that too far left for you?
Okay, wait. I get your point, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown, not to mention the current state of the Democratic Party.
To me, the failure of the Democratic Party has been an unwillingness to recognize the real issues.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Next Question with Katie Couric, and listen now.
I'm Eva Longoria. And I'm Maite Gomez-Rejon. And on our podcast, Hungry for History, we mix two of our favorite things, food and history.
Ancient Athenians used to scratch names onto oyster shells, and they called these ostracan, to vote politicians into exile. So our word ostracize is related to the word oyster.
No way.
Bring back the ostracan.
And because we've got a very mi casa es su casa kind of vibe on our show, friends always stop by.
Pretty much every entry into this side of the planet was through the El Golfo de México, no de América.
No de América.
El Golfo de México continuará siendo así forever and ever, le pese a quien le pese.
It blows me away how progressive Mexico was in this moment. They had land reform, they had labor rights, they had education rights.
Mustard seeds were so valuable to the ancient Egyptians that they used to place them in their tombs for the afterlife.
Listen to Hungry for History as part of the My Cultura podcast network, available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Michael Lewis here. My book, The Big Short, tells the story of the buildup and birth of the U.S. housing market back in 2008. It follows a few unlikely but lucky people who saw the real estate market for the black hole it would become and eventually made billions of dollars from that perception. It was like feeding the monster, said Eisman. We fed the monster until it blew up. The monster was exploding. Yet on the streets of Manhattan, there was no sign anything important had just happened. Now, 15 years after The Big Short's original release, and a decade after it became an Academy Award-winning movie, I've recorded an audiobook edition for the very first time. The Big Short story, what it means when people start betting against the market, and who really pays for an unchecked financial system, is as relevant today as it's ever been, offering invaluable insight into the current economy and also today's politics. Get The Big Short now at pushkin.fm/audiobooks or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Right in the middle of today's first date follow-up, if you're just joining us, Andy is on the phone and he's getting ghosted by Serena. So in a second, we're going to call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting him and maybe get him another date. But first, Andy, why don't you catch everybody up on your situation?
Yeah, so I met Serena on Bumble. We spent a few weeks talking, FaceTiming before we finally met, or planned to meet up in person. And then during that time, I wore a T-shirt, plaid shorts, white shoes that she told me to pick out. I was waiting for her, and I got a text that said her dog was sick and that she needed to take him to the vet. So the date never happened, and I haven't heard from her since.
And it might be because he responded, bummer.
It could be. All right. Andy, are you ready to call her?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Serena, please?
Yeah.
Hi, Serena. My name is Jubal. I host a radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
Hi, Serena. I'm Nina. The whole show's here.
Hi, and I'm Victoria.
How are you?
Hi. I'm good.
We're calling you today because we got an email about you from somebody who listens to the show, and they wanted us to call you.
Okay.
So we do a segment on the show. It's called the First Date Follow-Up. What that is if you go out on a date with somebody and then you end up ghosting them, they can ask us to get you on the phone and ask why you're ghosting them. So a dude named Andy emailed us. He told us about your date. Well, the date that didn't happen, and then asked if we could call you and ask why you ghosted him.
Wow. That's really cute. He went that far to see what happened.
So you think it's cute?
Is your dog okay?
No. I just didn't. He's just not what I thought he would be. And
the dog?
Is your dog okay?
No, Andy. Andy.
Do you have a dog even?
Oh no.
Well, we chatted for a while on Bumble. It was nice getting to know him and everything. But yeah, and he also I actually don't have a dog.
I figured that's where it was going.
Yeah.
Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah, so when I walked up to go to the date that we didn't go on, I just saw him sitting there like a puppy dog. He had a rose and some dirty white sneakers, and I'm just I'm not bougie, but how a man keeps up his sneakers just kind of says a lot about him,
So it's the dirty shoes?
Yeah, just I don't know. He didn't look like he did in the pictures.
Wait, but he had a rose there for you, Serena?
Yeah, but he just was just sitting there like a sad puppy dog. So it just I don't know, it just wasn't. No,
you felt like you could bulldoze him. Sometimes that's a thing. It sounds a little shallow, but sometimes if you're gonna be too much for somebody.
Yeah. And if I did have a dog and he replied, "Bummer," or "Your dog sits," come on.
Oh, okay. So it was because he was sitting like a puppy dog and he had dirty sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
So what did dirty sneakers say about a man to you?
Come on, it's a first date. If you can't clean your shoes or wear some, come on,
Was it a nice fancy restaurant that y'all were going to?
It wasn't a fancy restaurant. It was just a cafe, but still, come on, just at least wash your shoes or buy a new pair on a first date.
I get presenting yourself nicely. You don't have to go as far as buy new shoes, but keeping them, Jubal, do you think about that?
I do. I try not to wear dirty shoes if I go places, but I also, but I'm one of those people that always wants, tries to clean my shoes and stuff too.
Right.
Some people don't care though.
Well, I care. And he was just sitting there with a rose, not even a bouquet, just a rose. Come on now. He was really wimpy,
Okay. Well, thank you for telling us. And now, Serena, I'll let you know that Andy is actually on the phone listening and wants to talk to you.
What? Seriously? Wow.
I I'm a wimp because I had dirty shoes and a rose. You lied about having a sick dog.
Well, I mean...
I was wearing what you told me to wear.
I didn't tell you to wear dirty shoes. And, come on, first impressions are kind of big.
I went out and bought a new shirt and plaid shorts because I didn't have any. I wasn't thinking about my shoes. I'm sorry.
Well, that's a bummer.
So you saw me sitting there, and instead of coming up to me and saying anything like an adult, you just walked away and lied about having a dog that was sick? And you're saying that I'm a wimp?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I mean, you don't even look like your pictures, so...
You know what? You didn't look like your pictures either. You didn't look evil.
Well, I think now is the appropriate time to ask. Serena, would you like to go on another date with Andy? We'll pay for it.
No, thank you. No. But good luck, though. I wish you the best.
Andy, somebody's going to appreciate your rose.
Thank you. I think I'm dodging a bullet. You know what? Well, I'll pay attention to if you ever do end up getting a dog, and I'm going to call ASPCA on you because, you shouldn't be owning an animal.
Grayson is on the phone today for a first date follow-up, and he's getting ghosted by a woman named Annabelle. So in a few minutes, we'll call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting him and maybe get him another date. But first, Grayson, how long has it been since you heard from Annabelle?
It's less than a week, but it's been a few days.
Okay.
But long enough for you to feel worried?
Yeah, I guess it was last weekend, so it's been 3 or 4 days. And I'm starting to feel confused because we had pretty confident we had an awesome time. So I don't understand where the disconnect is maybe coming in here. So,
well, why don't you tell us about the date then? Let's see if we can figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the most handsome guy in the world, but I'm decent looking, and Annabelle came over, and I thought we had a spark. We were smiling, we were laughing immediately. I mean, she's got these really great comebacks, and she's got this really kind of charming, just killer smile. She kind of looks up at you and side smiles, and it just kind of makes you feel something cool. And I don't know, we played board games. She was crushing me at Trivial Pursuit. I mean, there you go. There's the triple threat right there.
So wait, so she came to your place?
Yeah, we just had a cozy, quiet night at my place, which was great. I like to cook, so we made some homemade pizza, something I thought would be fun.
Okay.
Throwing toppings on, flour everywhere. It was a good time. And like I said, we played a marathon of board games, which was, I love doing that. I always did that growing up. And, we got 90s playlists. I mean, it was just it was this amazing, fun night.
Well, what do you think could have gone wrong?
We were a little, towards the end of the night, we got a little flirty. We did some wine. We were kind of cleaning up, and finally found ourselves kind of next to each other. Had a kiss, which was really amazing. I just kind of played it cool and kept cleaning. And then she sits down on the counter, and we're just chatting. And while I was cleaning, this is where this is honestly the only thing I can think of is that while I'm cleaning, I accidentally splash a little bit of pizza sauce under her suede sneakers. They're pretty nice. They're white sneakers, and she kind of freaked on me a little bit. And she said it was late and she just had to go, and she kind of just got upset, and it was kind of a quick exit. Like I said, it was just a super fun style date with pizza, a kiss, chemistry was really strong. And then, I texted her the next day, I was round 2 ? And nothing. She was just totally not, she doesn't have any read receipts, but I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a little sauced. I mean, if that's the reason, it's come on.
Well, maybe she really loves her shoes. And if they're suede, that's not necessarily always the easiest to clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't seem
I don't know, unless they're really expensive and she's waiting for you to be like, hey, I'll buy you a new pair of shoes.
Yeah, maybe that's what she wants.
I don't know.
All right, well, we'll try to figure it out for you. We'll play a song, come back, and then call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting you, and maybe get you a second date, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right, we'll get your first date follow-up next.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders, who is 84 years old, has spent 34 years in Congress, and he can still pack a rally with people a quarter of his age.
Denver, 34,000 people come out. Salt Lake City, 20,000 people out. Huge turnouts. People are really dissatisfied about the status quo.
His Fighting Oligarchy tour with AOC and other young progressives has become a movement. But is his message too far to the left? Well, he certainly doesn't think so.
Does that sound like a radical idea, Katie? Is that too far left for you?
Okay, wait. I get your point, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown, not to mention the current state of the Democratic Party.
To me, the failure of the Democratic Party has been an unwillingness to recognize the real issues.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Next Question with Katie Couric, and listen now.
She said, Johnny, the kids didn't come home last night.
Along the central Texas plains, teens are dying. Suicides that don't make sense. Strange accidents and brutal murders. In what seems to be a plot ripped straight out of Breaking Bad.
Drugs, alcohol, trafficking of people.
There are people out there that absolutely know what happened.
Listen to Paper Ghosts, the Texas Teen Murders, on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
On the podcast Health Stuff, we are tackling all the health questions that keep you up at night.
Yes, I'm Dr. Priyanka Wali, a double board certified physician.
And I'm Hari Kondabolu, a comedian and someone who once Googled, do I have scurvy at 3 a.m.?
On Health Stuff, we're talking about health in a different way.
It's not only about what we can do to improve our health,
but also what our health says about us and the way we're living.
Like our episode where we look at diabetes.
In the United States, 50% of Americans are pre-diabetic.
How preventable is type 2?
Extremely. Or our in-depth analysis of how incredible mangoes are.
Oh, it's hard to explain to the rest of the world that your mangoes are fine because mangoes are incredible, but you don't even know.
You don't know. You don't know. It's going to be a fun ride, so tune in.
Listen to Health Stuff on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you're just joining us for today's First Date Follow-Up, Grayson is on the phone and he's getting ghosted by Annabelle. So we're about to call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting him and maybe get him a second date. But before we do that, Grayson, why don't you break down your date again for us real quick?
Yeah, we had a great night. She came over. We watched Netflix, played board games, homemade pizza. It was just like a cozy night at home. We had lots of chemistry. We were laughing. The conversation flowed naturally. We had a nice kiss at the end. I thought it was a really sexy kiss. And then she just kind of abruptly left after I splashed some pizza sauce on her shoe, and I don't know if that's the reason, but I have not heard from her since.
All right, well,
I feel like she's waiting for you to offer to buy a new one.
Let's see if the pizza sauce on the shoe did it. You ready for us to call her?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Annabelle, please?
This is she.
Hey, Annabelle, how are you? This is a radio show. It's called The Jubal Show.
Hi, Annabelle. I'm Nina.
Hi, I'm Victoria.
Hey.
My name is Jubal. Oh, I guess you know the show.
What's up?
Yeah.
Well, then you've probably heard a First Date Follow-Up before.
I have.
Awesome.
She's so excited about it.
Well, guess what, Annabelle? Somebody emailed us about you.
They did.
Yep. It's the segment where if you go out on a date with somebody and they end up ghosting you, they can email us to get you on the phone and ask why. Any idea who would email us?
Oh, yep. I know exactly who it is, and I'm sure he's on the phone, right?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Hi, Grayson. How are you?
Good to hear from you.
Grayson told us about your date and said he really liked you, but can't figure out why you're ghosting him. Do you want to tell him?
And us.
Grayson, I was just wondering, what do you think that I'm ghosting you for? What is your concern? Why do you think I am?
Well, I don't know. We had an amazing night, and obviously you have no problem answering phone numbers that you don't recognize on your phone, but you won't answer my calls. My guess is maybe because I splashed pizza sauce on your shoe, and you were kind of upset by that. So that's the only knock on the entire night that I can think of.
Grayson, you're so funny. It wasn't the sauce. And thank you for caring about my safety, about answers, numbers that I call and accept. That's really kind of you. But Grayson, honey, it was not the sauce. I looked down to look where the sauce was slung, and there was a giant mountain of nail clippings on the floor.
Like his apartment floor or house? Or
yeah, like I looked to where the sauce was flung, because I was like, oh, like he was cute. We had a great time, and I looked down, and on the splash right next to it on the floor, that was like under the sink, like someone had tried to get them into a trash can, was literally like a DNA pile of nail clippings.
Oh my gosh! I would have questions.
Yeah.
Really, over nail clippings is why you won't. I mean, we had an amazing night, and you saw some nail clippings on my floor, and you're just gonna.
Grayson, that's gross.
Well,
he's exaggerating. It was I don't know. It was a small, maybe small hamster-sized pile. I mean, it was exaggerating.
A hamster-sized pile of nail clippings? That's a big pile, I think.
The fact that we're talking about a pile of nail clippings, you guys.
But why wouldn't you sweep, want to clean that up before she got to your apartment?
Explanation, but I mean, come on, though. First of all, nail clippings is really what threw you totally off. I mean, what about our kiss at the end of the night? I mean, come on, that was amazing.
Well, that kiss was amazing, but now I'm sort of like, you're welcome. So, I mean, bring it on, Detective Cuticle. What's going on? Why do you have a giant pile of nail clippings?
We all have little gross corners in our apartments or our houses, and it's like everybody.
Oh my gosh!
So you have the pile of nail clippings.
Yes, I am aware that she found my nail clipping corner, and it's
your nail clipping corner.
Near as bad as what she's describing.
Oh my gosh!
Why?
It's just like he grew another person with those nails. a tiny person is running around with fantastically long nails.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. So you found my nail clipping corner, but why wouldn't you just say something? Why didn't you just say something about it?
Why would I say something about it?
Yeah, what's the deal? You don't have your nail clipping corner established in your home? You should really figure that out, because if you don't, then it's just disgusting, because you're clipping your nails anywhere you want.
What?
I'm confused. I say either way, get them away. Either way, clean them away.
Can I explain a little bit around the situation? What exactly happened here? I'm kind of joking because I think this whole thing is ridiculous, but can I explain a little something to you that maybe will shed some light on this whole situation?
Of course, bring it.
So I actually have a small phobia around nail clippings. I think they're disgusting. I don't like seeing them. I don't like being around them myself. I mean, I don't know. This whole thing seems pretty silly. I'm pretty sure everybody has a place that they should be clipping their nails, and if you don't have one, I don't know. Maybe that's a deal breaker for me.
Are you serious?
I mean, I don't know, Annabelle. Is the nail clippings a deal breaker? If it is for you, maybe it is for me.
Listen, dude, you do your thing. If the lack of my having a dedicated nail clipping corner is just crushing your ego, I'll let it go. Like, it's cool. I get it. Not everyone has a place to do that, but I'll think about it. But I really appreciate all the time we're taking up so bad. So thank you.
Well, how about this? I don't want this nail clipping thing to destroy what I thought was an amazing time. If you maybe want to invite me over for a second date, I'm happy to help you find the nail clipping corner in your home.
Well, Annabelle, would you like to go on another date with Grayson? We'll pay for it.
No, I don't want you to help me with that. I don't need any help with that. Thank you. So, no. Thank you. I don't need a nail clipping corner.
I don't think anybody does.
No, go ahead, Grayson. You do you. I'm going to go be like this gross, disgusting nail clipping monster at large. So.
Anton is on the phone today for a first date follow-up, and he's getting ghosted by a woman named Jade. So in a few minutes, We'll call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting him and maybe get him a second date. But first, Anton, how long has it been since you heard from Jade?
About 1 week.
About a week. Okay. Well, tell us about it. What was the date with Jade like?
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. We met up at this really, low key spot. I got really like light food and some cocktails, and they had pool tables. So we were going to play some pool. We were just vibing. The lighting was dim, music's good. She's gorgeous. She's absolutely gorgeous, and she's got her pool cue there, and she's like leaning against it. I swear, like it looked like a magazine cover. Like she's that gorgeous. We're playing pool, right? And it was one of these tricky shots, and you can't like get it the right way. So I was like, I was going to do it like a behind the back kind of shot. I must have hit the wrong angle, because the ball just went flying, and so it went into this booth. There was this other couple in this booth, and it knocked over this girl's drink.
Okay.
Yeah. So I felt horrible. So I go over there, and I apologize, and she was a little upset, and understandably so. So I bought her another drink, and I bought her the whole table, a round of shots, and I apologized, nice. And Jade is still over there by the pool table, and she's looking horrified. But I once I settle everything down, I go back over to her, and she's joking around about it. She called me Mr. Trick Shot after that, which is what can you do about those kind of? You have to laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing was that we had chemistry. We had food, and neither of us are really great at pool, me especially, and then after the last game, we hugged. She said, I remember she said that I was unexpectedly charming. Unexpectedly charming, but that charming part's in there.
The things that we hold on to, in those moments that just make you feel so attached.
I'm looking for something, and she is, obviously too. So today, in the past couple days, and I'm getting nothing texting back, and here's the thing, I've been like replaying it in my mind. I'm like, did I mess up? Like, did I say something rude or did I look like a jerk or something? And I realized I've got like a goofy energy about me, you know what I mean? And I understand that that's who I am. And but she seemed like into that, We're kind of, like I said, we were vibing and we were laughing, and she's got this great like gut laugh that comes from like deep inside, and it's I don't know what happened. So I'm trying to figure out what did I do? That's where we're at right now.
Well, you definitely sound like you're really into her. So was there, did she act weird at any point? Like after you were confronting some lady, or like?
Yeah, no, I wasn't like, like pulling a crack out, or, you know what I mean? Or picking my nose, and, no, it was like a really, really solid first date. It was probably the first really great solid date I've had in a long time. And that's why I'm trying to figure out what the heck happened.
All right. Well, we'll see if we can help you out. We'll play a song, come back, and then call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting you and maybe get you another date. Okay.
Yeah. That'd be, yeah.
All right. We'll get your first date follow up next.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders, who is 84 years old, has spent 34 years in Congress, and he can still pack a rally with people a quarter of his age.
Denver, 34,000 people come out. Salt Lake City, 20,000 people out. Huge turnouts. People are really dissatisfied about the status quo.
His Fighting Oligarchy tour with AOC and other young progressives has become a movement. But is his message too far to the left? Well, he certainly doesn't think so.
Does that sound like a radical idea, Katie? Is that too far left for you?
Okay, I get your point, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown, not to mention the current state of the Democratic Party.
To me, the failure of the Democratic Party has been an unwillingness to recognize the real issues.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Next Question with Katie Couric, and listen now.
What up, y'all? It's your boy, Kev on Stage. I want to tell you about my new podcast called Not My Best Moment, where I talk to artists, athletes, entertainers, creators, friends, people I admire who've had massive success about their massive failures. What did they mess up on? What is their heartbreak? And what did they learn from it?
I got judged horribly. The judges were like, "You're trash. I don't know how you got on the show. Boo. Somebody had tomatoes." No, I'm kidding. But if they had tomatoes, they would have thrown the tomatoes.
Let's be honest. We've all had those moments we'd rather forget. We bumped our head. We made a mistake. The deal fell through. We're embarrassed. We failed. But this podcast is about that and how we made it through.
So when they sat me down, they were kind of like, we got into the small talk and they were just like, "So what do you got? What ideas?" And I was like, "Oh no." What?
Check out Not My Best Moment with me, Kev on Stage, on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.
On the podcast Health Stuff, we are tackling all the health questions that keep you up at night.
Yes, I'm Dr. Priyanka Wali, a double board certified physician.
And I'm Hari Kondabolu, a comedian and someone who once Googled, "Do I have scurvy?" at 3 a.m.
On Health Stuff, we're talking about health in a different way.
It's not only about what we can do to improve our health,
but also what our health says about us and the way we're living.
Like our episode where we look at diabetes.
In the United States, 50% of Americans are pre-diabetic.
How preventable is type 2?
Extremely. Or our in-depth analysis of how incredible mangoes are.
Oh, it's hard to explain to the rest of the world that your mangoes are fine because mangoes are incredible, but you don't even know.
You don't know. You don't know. It's going to be a fun ride, so tune in.
Listen to Health Stuff on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Right in the middle of your first date follow-up, and if you're just joining us, Anton is on the phone, and Anton is getting ghosted by a woman named Jade, and we're about to call her and see if she'll tell us why she's ghosting him and maybe get him a second date. But before we do that, Anton, why don't you break down your date again for us real quick?
Yeah, we went out, we played pool, we were really vibing, and I thought everything was going great. I made one bad shot, really, but it felt great. We hugged afterwards. We said that we'll talk, and then I've tried to reach out a couple of times now, and I'm getting nothing. So just trying to figure out what's going on.
All right. Well, are you ready for us to call her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Jade, please?
Hey, this is Jade.
Hey, Jade, how are you? This is a radio show, and it's called The Jubal Show.
Hi, Jade. I'm Nina.
Hi, I'm Victoria.
And my name is Jubal. How are you?
Hey, I'm good.
Have you ever listened to the show before?
I may have.
If you haven't, I'll just let you know why we're calling. We do a segment on the show, and it's called the First Date Follow-Up. So that's where if you go out on a date with somebody and they end up ghosting you, that person can email us to call you and ask why you're ghosting them. And we got an email about you from somebody.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Do you know who might email us about you?
I kind of have an idea. This is kind of awkward. I did go on a date recently.
Mm-hmm.
So...
What's his name?
Yeah, I didn't want to hurt his feelings. His name's Anton.
Yeah, and Anton is the person who emailed us. He said he really liked you. We talked to him a little bit about your date, and he was wondering if you wouldn't mind telling us why you're ghosting him.
I really didn't want to hurt his feelings. I really didn't.
So that's why you ghosted him?
There was one big thing that happened that night, I'll be honest with you. But the biggest thing of it all was that he apologized too much.
He apologized too much?
Wait, that's why you're ghosting him?
Yeah. Well, to me, you always hear about females saying, "Oh, I'm sorry about everything." Like, yeah. Oh, don't be sorry. You say sorry for the sake of saying sorry kind of thing. He did that from the beginning And up until this big event that happened, like even when we were ordering drinks at the bar, the bartender comes over. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. Like he's constantly saying sorry.
Okay. Then that bothered you?
You want to date somebody that's going to take a little bit of charge of a situation. I kind of get that.
Yes, exactly. Like didn't have like masculine trait that I was kind of thinking as well in terms of that. Just even doing well, like in pool, like apologizing. Oh, sorry. Like, sorry I made that shot.
Okay, so he was just apologizing a ton.
What did you say when he kept saying sorry? Were you just like, okay?
Yeah, I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. And by the end of the night, I'm like, you can stop saying I'm sorry. Don't worry. It's fine. Like, I'm trying to like soothe him.
Just trying to make him feel better. Was this so he wasn't like just a person who says like, hey, sorry about that, really upset about it?
Well, so the place that we went, we played pool. And the big incident I was kind of mentioning was he was making a shot and it ended up hitting another table of people that were enjoying their drinks and chilling. And yeah, so that just turned into like a bigger deal than it had to be. Mm-hmm. He ended up even like feeling like he had to buy them the whole round of shots, replacing the drink. Like it's just over the top.
Well, he kind of mentioned that. I thought that was kind of a nice way to recover after you disrupt somebody's thing.
I don't know if I'm being a little cheap here, but I'm like, you don't need to buy them all this stuff. It was an accident. That's why it's called an accident.
Okay.
Yeah, I just felt like he was going to be one like a pushover kind of vibe.
Okay.
I mean, that's fair. You know when you're going to bulldoze somebody. That's just not a good time.
Well, thank you for telling us, Jade. I appreciate it. And now I'll let you know that Anton is on the phone and wants to talk to you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Anton?
Yeah. Wait, what? So I'm polite? That's a bad thing? Look, I'm sorry that I don't understand that if, I'm being polite and being nice to people and, sometimes, things happen. And what are you going to do? I'm sorry, but that's the way things are.
Anton, you literally just said sorry again, by the way. Anton, listen, it's not bad. It's just that it's a little bit too much. And I honestly thought you had a tick at first.
He had a what?
A tick.
A tick?
A tick?
Like it's like a compulsive thing that he had to like say and do. And so it's not bad. It's just, I can't do that. Can't be like that.
What do you even mean? I was being polite.
Okay, but what about when the drink got spilled over? You look like you were kind of going to get upset about it. Like you were not only embarrassed, but you were going to cry.
That's where I was not about to cry. Look, she had an issue and I was letting her vent her frustration to get it out so she could feel, heard about that because, the drink I caused that, I spilled her drink and that's not bad. What am I supposed to do? Just be a and just be like, oh yeah, so what, whatever, I'm playing pool. Yeah, you stay over there. That's not what I'm about. I'm going to be polite. That's the way I was taught.
Anton, there's a difference between being polite and then being a little bit of a bitch. Like you're over there feeling I felt like you like worked for the table at one point. Like you're sitting here trying to wipe up everything. You didn't ruin anyone's outfit. Like you got to think about the big picture. You were very, very dramatic. It's not even that you're too nice. It's just you're not confident.
I don't even know where. How could you even say that? I would argue I'm very confident. Okay, this is what we're talking about. Is that's a first date, and sometimes you know what that can be tough. So I don't know anybody who's running on all full cylinders on a I'm sorry, I'm not confident enough for you. I was just being polite in front of everybody.
I mean, even. I'm not sure if you heard me when I was speaking with the host, but even when we ordered drinks, you're apologizing. Oh, sorry. Like you're a paying customer. You don't have to apologize for everything.
You can be a paying customer and still have kindness in your heart.
Jade, would you like to go out with Anton again on a second date? We'll pay for it.
I mean, no. What do you think? No.
There was a chance.
Good. That's absolutely. You know what this is? This is like danger avoided. Okay. And you know what, Jade? I think you're gonna be fine. I know you're gonna be absolutely fine. I'm sure you'll find a new date with a little pug nose and a curly tail, and he probably goes oink oink. That's gonna be.
I didn't know where we were going there.
How's this for being nice? Okay, for you, Jade. I got one word for you. Boo. Yeah, that's and you can take that to the bank, and I'm so sorry that I wasn't even mean enough for you. We're ridiculous. You don't even know. Well, I don't. Yeah.
Gemma is on the phone today for a first date follow-up, and she's getting ghosted by a guy named Antonio.
Man.
I know that sucks. Antonio is one of those names.
Hello, sweetheart. You are so very lovely, and I love you so much.
Was it Antonio Banderas, Gemma, by any chance?
No.
Before we find out about this Antonio and your date with him, how long has it been since you heard from Antonio?
It's been almost 2 weeks.
So have you tried to reach out to him in that 2 weeks?
I didn't. When we were on our date, at the end of the date, I told him to call me, and he just never did. And, I liked some of his social media posts, but I haven't texted him or, called him or anything because I thought he was going to call me.
Right. So it's like the old nudge. I just liked your photo, bro.
It's like a very passive-aggressive way of saying, hey, remember me?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get his attention.
Well, tell us about the date. What'd you guys do, and why do you think you're getting ghosted?
We went out for a Top Golf and cocktails, and, we kind of sucked at the Top Golf. Mm-hmm. We weren't that great at it. And we had a couple of cocktails. We were both very flirtatious with each other, and we laughed a lot, and he was complimenting me a lot, and he made me feel really beautiful and attractive. And I was really into him, really attracted to him too. It seemed like we were both really into each other. Mm-hmm. We made out for a while in the parking lot. It was really nice. Okay. And we both said that we just couldn't wait to do it again and to see each other again soon.
What is it with Antonio? It's like such a romantic name too, Bye, mi amor.
Mm-hmm. Hello, sweetheart.
Samba out of your life forever.
So, okay, Gemma, the date was great. So what do you think went wrong? Was there anything that happened during the date that may have been a flag to him?
I can't really think of anything that really went wrong during the date. I don't know. The only thing that I could really think of is that maybe I actually played it too cool. That maybe it wasn't clear to him that I was as into him as I actually was. And, maybe I didn't flirt enough with him. Yeah, that's really the only thing I could think of. Yeah.
That's happened to me before where somebody's played it too cool and I'm just like, well, I don't know. Like, I'm not going to chase like that. So
do you know they're playing it too cool, or do you think they're just not into you, so you're not going to chase?
I figured that they were just not into me. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just move it along. Unlike some guys that I've seen, I won't send 15 messages in a row with no response, I do 3 and then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not going to do it again,
Right.
But yeah, so maybe you played it too cool and he just didn't think you were interested. But you did say you can't wait to see him again and make out with him at the end.
You did, right?
Yeah, I did.
Have you thought about just reaching out to him?
I have, but I have a thing where I do prefer for the guy to reach out first.
I get that.
Okay. It's like a thing for me, I'd like to be pursued.
All right.
That's kind of the clue that they're into you, because if you're getting ghosted.
Okay. Well, we'll see if we can help you out. We'll play a song, come back, and then call him and see if we can figure out why you're getting ghosted and maybe get you another date, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right, we'll play a song, come back, get your first date follow-up next. It's the Jubal Show.
On the latest episode of Next Question with me, Katie Couric, I sat down with Bernie Sanders, who is 84 years old, has spent 34 years in Congress, and he can still pack a rally with people a quarter of his age.
Denver, 34,000 people come out. Salt Lake City, 20,000 people. Huge turnouts. People are really dissatisfied about the status quo.
His Fighting Oligarchy tour with AOC and other young progressives has become a movement. But is his message too far to the left? Well, he certainly doesn't think so.
Does that sound like a radical idea, Katie? Is that too far left for you?
Okay, I get your point, Bernie. We talk about the billionaire class, the cost of living, and of course, the government shutdown, not to mention the current state of the Democratic Party.
To me, the failure of the Democratic Party has been an unwillingness to recognize the real issues.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Next Question with Katie Couric, and listen now.
Hey there, I'm Kyle MacLachlan. You might know me as that guy from Twin Peaks, Sex and the City, or just the Internet's dad. I have a new podcast called What Are We Even Doing?, where I embark on a noble quest to understand the brilliant chaos of youth culture.
Daddy's looking good.
Each week, I invite someone fascinating to join me. Actors, musicians, creatives, highly evolved digital life forms. And we talk about what they love.
Sometimes I'll drizzle a little honey in there, too, if I'm feeling sexy in the morning.
What keeps them going.
And you're maybe my biggest competition on social media.
Like when a kid says bruh to me.
And how they're navigating this high-speed roller coaster we call reality.
In Australia, you're looking out for snakes, spiders, and boys.
Right. Hey, he's no Trey McDougal. No. Chill.
This is like the comments section of my Instagram.
Join me and my delightful guests every Thursday, and let's get weird together in a good way. Listen to What Are We Even Doing on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, I'm Kelly, and some of you may know me as Laura Winslow.
And I'm Telma, also known as Aunt Rachel.
If those names ring a bell, then you probably are familiar with a show that we were both on back in the 90s called Family Matters.
Kelly and I have done a lot of things and played a lot of roles over the years, but both of us are just so proud to have been part of Family Matters.
Did you know that we were one of the longest-running sitcoms with a black cast? When we were making the show, there were so many moments filled with joy and laughter and cut up that I will never forget.
Oh, girl, you got that right. The look that you all give me is so black.
All black people know about the look. On each episode of Welcome to the Family, we'll share personal reflections about making the show.
Yeah, we'll even bring in part of the cast and some other special guests to join in the fun and spill some tea. Listen to Welcome to the Family with Telma and Kelly on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
First Date Follow-Up. Powered by the Advocates Injury Attorneys. Online at advocateslaw.com.
If you're just joining us for today's First Date Follow-Up, Gemma is on the phone, and she's getting ghosted by a guy named Antonio.
Hello, sweetheart.
And we're about to call him and find out why she's getting ghosted and see if we can maybe get her another date. First, before we call him, Gemma, please refresh everybody's memory on your date with Antonio.
You are so very lovely.
Yeah, so Antonio and I went out for Top Golf and cocktails, and it went really well. I mean, it's Top Golf, we sucked at that, but besides that, the date went really well. There was so much chemistry, and we made out at the end of the day in the parking lot, and we both said that we couldn't wait to see each other again soon, and it's been almost 2 weeks, and I haven't heard from him since, even though I did tell him to call me. Mm-hmm. He hasn't, so yeah, I've been wondering what's been going on with that.
Okay, we'll call him right now and see if we can figure it out, and once you hear the reason that you're getting ghosted, see if you want another date. Are you ready?
Yes.
I mean, I know I am. I get to talk to Antonio.
Can't wait.
All right, here we go. I'm going to dial the phone number.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Antonio?
Speaking.
Antonio, my name is Jubal. I host a radio show, and it's called The Jubal Show.
Hi, Antonio. I'm Nina, also on The Jubal Show.
Hi, and I'm Victoria.
Have you ever heard of The Jubal Show before or heard the show at all?
Vaguely. I've heard of it once or twice.
All right, cool. Well, somebody who does listen to our show emailed us about you, and that's why we're calling you.
Oh, interesting.
Super interesting. Do you want to know why?
Of course.
They emailed because we do a segment called the First Date Follow-Up. That's where if you go out on a date with someone and then you ghost them, that person can email us to get you on the phone and find out why you're ghosting them. So we got an email about you from a woman named Gemma that you went to Topgolf with.
I know Gemma. I didn't ghost her.
You texted her back since the date?
No.
So, so what are you doing, bro?
Is there a time limit to ghosting?
Well, when we talked to Gemma, she said your date was like 2 weeks ago and you haven't reached out to her. So that seems kind of long.
I've actually been very busy. Even like I'm usually not even that busy, but recently I've been very busy.
So have you thought about your makeout with Gemma since that night?
Yeah.
Okay, it sounds like there's a reason and you don't want to tell us, Antonio. Every single answer sounds like you just don't want to tell us.
There's nothing to not tell. I mean, if she was very interested in hearing from me, she could have reached out.
So do you feel like Gemma's not into you?
I think she was.
Did you plan to reach out at all?
I mean, when I was going to be less busy, yes.
It sounds like you're making it up.
He's busy right now, Jubal.
I'm busy right now. I can't even text her because I'm on a radio call with 3 fun people.
We asked her if she had reached out to you. She said no. She said she liked a couple of your social media posts to kind of like wave her hand at you, but.
And she also said though to call me, and you're like, totally.
I think she said call me if you want to hang out again, and it's not that I wasn't going to. I was just very busy. I want to hang out, but okay, fine. I do like her, but I just don't want to be mean about something.
I knew there was something else.
But like, what is it?
Everybody who agrees to do this knows that they might hear something they're not going to like.
Okay. I'm not like a superficial person, but she has this really long nose hair. And I like...
I just said this. I'm cracking up. I'm sorry, Antonio. Finish.
It's kind of distracting when when I was with her, and I don't want to have to tell her to trim it, but it's so distracting.
It's so awkward.
Okay, but you'd like to see her. You'd like to see her again. You also don't want to tell her that she should trim a nose hair.
Yeah, like how do you say that? It's just one long nose hair. I don't know how you I don't know how you even broach the subject.
Well, what if she plucked the nose hair? You'd go out with her again?
Yeah, I'd love to. But I don't know how you, again, I just don't know how to, it's so distracting.
Yeah, it's tough to have that conversation, but you did actually kind of tell her because she's on the phone listening and wanted to talk to you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I heard all of that. You know,
I hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Honestly, it's pretty embarrassing. I didn't realize that I had a nose hair like that. That was really bothersome. But, you know, you really should have just told me about it, because I don't think anyone wants a nose hair sticking out like that. It's like how you should always tell someone that they have food stuck in between their teeth, or, you know, if a girl has lipstick on her teeth, you should always tell somebody. So, yeah, I mean, it's not such a big deal. I can easily trim that.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I liked you a lot, and I didn't want to undercut the experience by bringing something up that's awkward.
That'd be tough on a first date, honestly, to be like, hey, I think you're great, but there's just this thing that's poking right out of your nose. Can I pluck it?
But then what are you going to do? How are you going to pluck it? You're going to run back in the bathroom and stuff it up there?
I have a pair of tweezers with me at all times in case I need to pluck a nose hair.
Do you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, maybe I should borrow it.
I'm so glad you have a great attitude.
Yeah, at least you have a good sense of humor about it. Antonio, would you like to go out with Jim again on another date? We'll pay for it.
Sure. I love that a lot.
Gemma, are you going to be able to trim your nose hair before you see Antonio again?
Yeah, I'm going to be plucking my nose hair every day after this.
Well, congratulations. You got another date.
Nice.
Yeah, that's really great. I'm super excited to see you again, Antonio.
Me too. Maybe we can go tweezer shopping.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, the story you'll tell your kids one day.
James is on the phone today for a first date follow-up, and unfortunately, he's getting ghosted by a date he went on with a Natalie. James, before we get into your date, man, how long has it been since you heard from the Natalie?
It's been almost 3 days.
Are you sure you're getting ghosted?
Yeah, well, I would have got back in touch with somebody before now if I was interested. So yeah, I kind of get that feeling.
Okay.
It just didn't feel like it was going to be that long. when we left things. So I was just a little surprised.
Okay, so tell us about that. What happened on your date?
We met at a sports bar.
Okay.
The reason that I suggested that we meet there was, I saw on her profile that she was at a baseball game and she looked like she was having a great time. So I'm like, oh, okay, she likes sports, so we'll go to a sports bar. I thought that'd be good.
Was she drinking in the picture you saw? Because then you would also know she also likes to drink. Put those two things together.
It looked like she was having a beer, and of course, sports bars, there's a lot of good beer options. So I'm like, okay, that's her vibe. That's her, that's her kind of environment. So I was like, all right, this will be good. And yeah, I thought it really did go well. Told some jokes, she laughed a little bit here and there. It was a little loud there and the game was on and, we were watching the game and things, but yeah, I just, she's beautiful. And I kind of felt a really good connection. And, I just felt like we'd be texting or talking by now. And what did I miss? There wasn't anything that was standing out to me like, oh, I really screwed this up, or that she wasn't really interested. So I'm curious, like, what was it? I think maybe because, I don't know if it's maybe because we split an appetizer. Maybe I ate a little too much of it. It
maybe.
Could be that, like, we got one of those pretzels where you, like, dip it in the, and I thought
the cheese?
pretty
Yeah. A person's appetizer etiquette, I believe, can tell you a lot about their personality.
It does, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe because she wasn't eating that half, and I started to pick away at that a little when mine was done.
You can tell a lot. You can tell a lot, James, based off of an appetizer etiquette, because if somebody is really taking over the appetizer, you know how they're going to be in a relationship. It's going to be their relationship, right?
But I didn't want to be wasteful, though.
Well, and
I think that might be a good sign.
I don't think it's a bad thing that you were eating so much of the pretzel, but it's more like how you communicate that. Like, are you going to eat that?
Yeah.
Are you cool? Because, I want to eat that.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of chilling there on the plate for a good while.
Okay.
So I figured, fair game. And we had, kind of moved on from it at that point.
I can tell you from experience, this is a red flag. If you're sharing an appetizer with someone and then they throw like their napkin on it before you're even done, they don't care about you at all.
Ooh, the appetizer test.
Wait, what do you mean? Throw a napkin on it?
It means like they're done, right? They're done eating.
Uh-huh.
With the appetizer. It's their appetizer, but an appetizer, if it's for two people, you're splitting it. So they throw like maybe their used ranch and a napkin on it, like, I'm done, but you're not done yet. They didn't check with you. It shows they have no regard for humankind at all.
Wow.
I don't think James did that, though.
No, you didn't do that, did you, James?
No.
Yeah, you don't sound like a sociopath to me. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
All right, we'll play a song, come back, and call her and see if we can find out why you're getting ghosted and maybe try to get you another date next, all right?
All right.
All right, play a song, come back, get your first date follow-up right after this.
First date follow-up. Powered by the Advocates Injury Attorneys. Online at advocateslaw.com.
James is on the phone today for a first date follow-up, and James isn't getting either of the teas that he wants. He wants to be talking and texting with Natalie, but he's not getting either of those teas. So we're going to try to figure out why he's getting ghosted and then see if we can get him another date. We're about to call her in a second. James, real quick, refresh everybody's memory on your date with Natalie.
Well, I thought it went really great. We went out and met at a sports bar, which I had suggested. I figured maybe she was into sports because I saw in her profile pic she was at a ball game, having some beers, having some fun. So we got there, it was a little noisy, the game was on, but, I thought it was going well. Talked about some cool stuff, had an appetizer, and I didn't get any indication at all that it went poorly. In fact, I thought I'd be, hearing from her the next day. I was really excited to kind of keep things rolling, and I just never did. So I don't know if there's something I'm missing or what.
You got to find out if it's because you ate too much of the pretzel.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I don't know. Split an appetizer, and I'm thinking, did I eat more than half of it? Was that offensive? I don't know. I really have no clue.
All right, we're going to call her right now and see if we can figure it out. Here we go. You ready?